Yo ho, it's Captain Trey back for another chapter of One Piece. Ooh, just feels so good saying it. So we're gonna get into chapter 10, 11. Going through the chapter, I found it very interesting that Law did room. He was able to pull Kid and Killer back from wherever they were. Like, I think that Law's stamina is definitely improving. Like, I think they were pretty far when they were on that cliff, and we finally figured out what Prometheus' request was. He was trying to figure out how to replace Zeus. So now we have Hera. We don't have her actual physical form yet. All we see is her as a lightning fist. That's sometimes what Big Mom will do, whether she has a fire fist or lightning fist from the clouds. And how she was creating it was just from the clouds above. She took some cloud, took some soul, put it together. Now we have Hera. And I kind of want to know what's going to happen with Hera, what her personality might be like. So we know that Big Mom is split up into a couple of parts. We have the lazy Big Mom, we have the strategic Big Mom. What is Hera going to be? Is she going to be the more mature side of Big Mom that's willing to do whatever it takes to get where she wants? She's going to be a part of the hungry Big Mom? That's what I want to know. I want that. I want her to be definitely different from Zeus. So I'm definitely expecting that. So as we go through it, we see her bust through with a full Gora, and that just seems to be like a seismic thunder attack. Definitely bigger than anything she's ever done with Zeus. So maybe she might have put in more soul into Hera, and that's definitely going to be something interesting. And it got to the point where Zeus got free. So I don't know if that's from Law putting Kid into Onigashima, into the skull, or is it that, the distance was so far that his magnetism didn't work on the metal box anymore. So Luffy gets back to fighting Kaido one-on-one. I'm not too much of a fan of him being able to go blow for blow, but what I can say is that Luffy has always had a strong will. At this point, they're not touching anymore. So the fact that they're using will, but thinking about it now, Luffy has a strong will, and if all he needs is that to clash with Kaido, then I can see him making up the difference. Like, this is not a physical power difference anymore because Haki, they're not touching. So the physical force doesn't matter as much. It's more about the intent and will of the Haki user. And Luffy, as long as he's gaining a better mastery over this Haki, I believe that, it's perfectly reasonable for him to be going blow to blow. Physical blow to blow, Luffy's going to get knocked out, as we seen a couple of chapters ago with the Thunder Bagua and the Ragnarok. So I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about that. Well, Oda will make something happen. I don't see an issue with it. But we're going down and we're seeing, Kid, he looks a little disfrayed about what's going on. And I guess he's going to try to find his way back to Big Mom to make sure these guys don't regroup. Because honestly, they can't take on two Yonko at the same time. So if we look at it, from a certain standpoint, maybe all five is equal to like maybe a Yonko and a half. Maybe a Yonko and a Yonko commander. But I don't think all five can take on two Yonko. So I think splitting them up, it's like 85% going against 100%. If we were to put it in a number sense, I think that's what it looks more like to me. We have Kid and Killer going after Hawkins, and from what I'm seeing, Hawkins isn't ready to shift yet. He says that Killer has a 8% chance of living, so that's pretty interesting. And I always knew that Hawkins, when he was in his strongman form, was pretty big. But man, he's making Killer look like a pipsqueak. Yeah, and I mean, and from what it looks like is he's still sticking to Kaido until those percentages change, and he's always been one to stick to his numbers. So he's always stuck to that. I can definitely see that happening. I don't see Hawkins switching up. We already know that X Drake did, and I want to see where is X Drake. I don't know if Queen's busting his head open right now, because something has to be going on with Queen Marco. Maybe he's over with Marco fighting against Queen and King. So we got the scary trio. Oh, and they run into Big Mom. Okay, so we have, she's looking for Kid. She's on a hunt. And this is the thing. When Big Mom's looking for somebody, she focuses on them until something distracts her. It's kind of easy to distract Big Mom. She was looking for Luffy. Now she's not looking for Luffy. Now she's looking for Kid and Killer. There must be something they said on that roof or something like that. I don't know what happened. They're scared out of their mind. And oh wow, she goes from being scary Big Mom, she's about to tear Nami and Usopp apart, to, she's being all sweet now with Tama. And Prometheus calls this, it's her mothering mode. Well, she has 85 kids. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. 85 kids. there has to be, there's something went on. Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay, she gets like this with kids under 10. That's kind of a serious number, 10. Just so after 10, she just treats them like everybody else, or it doesn't work anymore. And how does she know that these people are like under 10, or is it just that if they're under 10, it's automatically going to work? Very interesting. I do want to know more about that. She has a whole bunch of children, so that could be the aspect of why she wanted more kids. Like when women see young children, they see babies, they're like, "Oh, I want another one." But then it's like, wait a minute, you see what they turn out to be, and you don't really like older kids. You just like the younger kids. You just like the baby, the dependency, all that other sweet stuff. Okay. Oh, and she wants to thank Tama, and Tama tells her why she's sad. Okapori Town's getting burnt down. And okay, so now this is the next thing about Big Mom, and this is something that I noticed. Okay, so we know that pirates always break alliances, right? But Big Mom, just like every other Yonko, likes territory. They like to be having people under their wing. They like to control things. They like to be in control. So now that Big Mom, somebody who's in debt to Tama, and Tama's voicing her opinions on these things, she's not too happy about it. And she doesn't blame Kaido, she blames Kaido's underlings. Definitely gonna see what happens with that. Oh, okay. So now she puts Pepe through the floor, basically. Let me zoom in on this. Yeah, look at that. Oh. And she's already upset. And she's almost following a gangster code at this point. She's like, you know what? Women and children are off limits. For Big Mom, it's, innocent people and children. They're off limits. Ooh, and she punches. Woo! Ooh, she takes it to Pepe. Oh, and Ulti sees it. Do we have a Ulti versus Big Mom? Whoo! She's gonna get smoked. If Yamato could smoke her, Luffy could smoke her, I don't see Ulti doing anything serious to Big Mom. She's probably just going to knock her out and go about her business. Ulti's taking a lot of losses. Luffy, Yamato, and now it's going to be Big Mom. All the top tiers are just knocking her out and going about their business. So, I mean, that's the chapter. And I'm definitely going to have more thoughts on this. I'm probably going to drop a video this week on my thoughts about Big Mom versus Ulti. And I want to talk more about Hera. And I want to, try to, gather my thoughts. I'm going to read the chapter a couple more. I'm going to do a little research, and we're going to see how that goes. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.